It's been a very inspirational day today with a wide variety of topics. And I've seen a post that was talking about me without naming my name, but I am pleasantly surprised that I have made such a deep impression on this person that they're still continuing to talk about me and what I said months ago. It is still on their mind, and they're speaking about it quite aggressively. But I'm going to keep speaking my consciousness. All right. The very fact, that there is such a faction, the very fact that we used to be friends and we used to really support each other in the things that we were seeing. And now I see it's created a real enmity around this thing, because I have been investigating within myself, I've been musing within myself, whether spirituality is really a form of mental illness. It's something we use to manage our mental illness, and I suppose that was quite offensive to this person. I have every right to muse within myself and to diagnose myself, and I have no problem considering myself as mentally ill or mentally unstable, psychologically and emotionally unstable, and practice spirituality. I have no problem doing both, being both. But somehow this person took offense that I would use the word mental illness in connection to spirituality. It's for this very reason I'm going to reinforce my consciousness and what I said, and why I say that maybe spirituality is just us shuffling around our mental illness like deck chairs on the Titanic. Because it's created such a division and firestorm in this person, and such an offense, that all the more it validates my point, right? If we could let go of our insistence and our defense of our belief in God and our spiritual experiences, we wouldn't have this problem of fighting with each other, you see. Whenever you have to defend something, you can be sure that you are practicing your spiritual ego, right? If you would understand, really listen to me and understand how I define divinity, how I define God, there is no problem. There wouldn't be a problem. There wouldn't be anything to defend. It is important that people recognize at their cellular level, at the deepest level, not just at the mental level, that they are divinity in the flesh, that you are God in the flesh. So how are you going to have a relationship with God when you are it? That is a mental gymnastics. That's mental gymnastics. I'm not saying you're not having experiences with spiritual entities. You're missing the point. Because you're still defending a spirituality that interacts with something outside of you, you needing a relationship with God, obviously you're not recognizing that you are that. And if you could recognize it for yourself, oh, a light bulb would go on, because then you have to recognize it for everyone else. And right there, all reason for defensiveness and fighting would drop off, right? So I'm not backing down from this consciousness, this awareness, because my awareness is very peaceable. I don't make conflict with people. I am able to, if anything, diminish conflict. If you watch my page, you will not see me fighting with people. You will see me agreeing with people and still hold my conscious awareness and still make my point without invalidating others. All truths are valid, but my truth seems to be the most peaceable one. Because I'm not out there accusing anybody, of how they practice their spirituality or their atheism. I'm not out there accusing any of you guys. I'm minding my own business. I'm expanding my consciousness. And within myself, I'm recognizing that maybe I am mentally ill. Maybe there is a psychological disturbance that causes me to seek out spiritual experiences and to depend on, the spiritual world. I'm talking about myself. If that made you uneasy, maybe I hit a nerve of truth. You see, I've already made my peace with mental illness, with psychological illness and trauma and disturbance. I've made my peace with that, and that is what heals me. I don't have to fight, to defend myself against it and say, no, 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 I am spiritual. I have a sound mind. But I see all of these entities, which might very well be there, but schizophrenic people see entity as well. So what sets yours apart from a schizophrenic person? That's my question, right? So again, the solution to all of this is if you would recognize yourself as God and everyone else, and then you can honor everyone else as a God expression, whether spiritual or not, whether mentally ill or not, right? I stand by what I said, and you're kind of proving my point. You're gnashing your teeth at people and getting really mean about something I said within myself and about myself. I'm watching, and you're just confirming what I am saying.